busy phone. Every time Susan gone long by me home, she get in a busy phone. Tell people and wireless fix the phone. She get in a busy phone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan, she get in a busy phone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She get in a busy phone. Where you come play about the busy phone? Say you come to pick a bone. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? On me now, on me
now. Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right. Good morning, SBG. We are with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. Christal and myself.
Morning, you okay?
Yeah, good. You
Okay.
good? You extra happy this morning? Just real extra happy.
Yeah. I'm trying to compensate for the extra hungriness, you know. Good morning, St. Vincent Time. Welcome to Activated Mornings. 457-9997 is the number to call on WhatsApp.
And as we were playing this on Busy Tone a while ago, guess what, folks?
You have
our phone lines are back.
No?
All right, our phone lines are back, so you can reach us directly now, not just on WhatsApp anymore, but directly at 457-9997. All right, so we are officially back in the interactive realm. All right, I know that persons were making their contributions to us via WhatsApp or through WhatsApp before, but now our phone lines are back. All right, so we're hoping to have Busy Tone whole morning. All right. Moving right along. All right, so our phone lines are back, and we're happy for that. All right. Yeah.
Not sure that's what Luther meant, but hey, we'll take it.
Well, he did say tell Kim now, well, let's fix the phone. Our phone line has been fixed.
I wonder if he was working there at the time when he sang this song.
I believe so. Yeah, I think he was.
He had to go sit down. Boss, I need your approval on these lyrics here. You know, we're singing a song, Busy Tone. Right? I know, I mentioned your name. You know, get a little mileage and whatnot. Anyways, yes, morning. So we're back and running.
Yeah.
100%. How long did it take us? 16 days to get back to.
Oh, you were counting?
Well, the first anything from the
I know
first
from the
is
first it's easy. Yeah.
Some folks are not back up in terms of communication. Hopefully, we can get, excuse me, to that point sometime soon. Anyways.
Yeah,
what's on the table?
Bit by bit, making progress. So I just want to say, so I haven't heard from Dave. Dave actually crossed my mind. Yesterday.
You missed Dave?
No, Dave was one of those persons who would normally call in. So I know when persons are kind of missing from us. What happened, Christal?
Not a thing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Dave, Roleza misses you.
And I'm sure Christal did as well. All right. So yeah, so the usual listeners like Dave, to Anita, well, her son is no longer here with us. Her on-air radio son, that is.
Where is
her on-air radio son? So I haven't, so I'm hoping that Anita too is okay. There is Demon, there is a guy who wants a sports from, I'm not even sure where he's from, but
Vinci.
You from Vinci? All right. Yeah. So there are a few persons who crossed my mind. So I'm trusting that everybody is doing well, especially those who listen to us, particularly in the southern Grenadines. I know there was a guy from Union Island who would call in occasionally. So I'm hoping that you guys are doing okay. Yes, it's going to take step-by-step progress to get back to full normalcy, but bit by bit we're going to get there.
Dear Father.
Sweet Jesus. Right.
So what's on the table?
All right. So first up, we are going to talk about the fact that Vinlec Waives Well, I think I put waivers in, but anyway, you could probably edit the heading. So Vinlec Waives June 2024 electricity bills for Southern Grenadines. And I'm reading this one off of or from One News St. Vincent. All right. So it says that St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited, Vinlec, said it has waived the June 2024 bill for customers in Canawan, Mairo, and Union Island. The state-owned company, which is the sole commercial supplier of electricity, said that all bills for the month of June due in July will be waived. This decision comes in response to the devastation caused by the passage of Hurricane Beryl. All right, so Vinlec appreciates the patience and understanding shown by customers as we navigate the recovery process, the company said. All right, so that really is the gist of it. Just to read a little bit more from the article, the hurricane left a trail of destruction with 95% of house roofs damaged or destroyed and some buildings completely decimated. Downed poles and power lines are among the materials that have littered the streets, and it's estimated that electricity will not be fully restored on the affected islands within months. All right, so this is going to come as good news to many customers within the Southern Grenadines, and I am happy to see a company taking a proactive step in terms of thinking of their customers, thinking of their needs. Also, the mere fact that their lines are down. I suppose is how much usage would they have had in an event for no, but it's for June. It's being waived for June.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. So in this case, they are allowing them the opportunity to waive this bill so that I suppose that monies could be allocated or deterred or not deterred, redistributed to other areas.
Like a couple sheets of galvanized, depending on how high your light bill used to be.
Or buying food if your light bill is maybe a smaller one, so
something.
Yeah.
Recovery. So that's like giving back. That's nice. It just pays, once again, another prime example where people need to learn to read properly. So the statement said June. Hurricane Beryl was the 1st of July. Right? Which means that they would have been consuming every single day in June.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay for that. I would have been praying, boy, that should have been my highest bill of the year. Waive that. Thanks.
All right. So I'm hoping that, and you know what is interesting, as I said, that Vinlec has taken this proactive approach, and I am hoping to see other companies take a similar proactive approach. Just saying. I ain't trying. I'm not saying anything else.
There are only so many other companies.
Yeah, but we ain't calling them out on
the banks.
All right.
But just like during COVID, when they offered, the moratoriums were offered to people, who had their loans and whatnot, who couldn't afford because loss of job or reduced income. Some people did not. Not everybody who had loan took it. But at least it was on the table. So we'll see how it goes, and if any other company wants to do similar, or just like point blank, just contribute financially, or even like give discount on material and what's not. So
yeah, well, it's for me. Okay, so if you have a bill owing, right, and remember in the same conversation we had with Lisa last Friday, despite the fact that you have your own challenges, you always have to remember that you have bills on top of it, so it's going to add to the stress that persons are facing, knowing that, all right, so yes, I have to recover, find ways to recover and to rebuild, but I would have had pre-existing bills or pre-existing loans, so any little assistance, I suppose, that persons can be given. We know that courts has done so, and Lisa spoke on that last Friday when she was here. Just any little way that that can help to add to persons not being overly stressed at this time, right? So,
yeah, I think in the same vein, people should not just assume that the business places or the business houses are doing like checks and balances on persons' accounts because they might miss somebody. So I think it's best for you to actually go in and have a sit down and a conversation and not just expect.
Or call and ask, right? You can call and ask. is such and such being offered? And if it's a yes, it might be a yes, might be no. And what tends to happen many times is really to just have that conversation, right? Because many times businesses may not be aware, and people, they always say it, if you have an issue, come in and speak with us, right? Rather than taking on the stress or taking on the anxiety of it all, come in and have that conversation. So it might be Vinlec has put it out there to the public, but maybe other businesses are also doing something similar. They just haven't advertised it or announced it. So it's just to call and maybe to have that conversation.
Facts.
All right. All right. And in
Don't
more,
feel too embarrassed.
yeah, that's the thing. We shouldn't be so embarrassed about our struggles, you know. I learned that lesson the other day. But anyways.
It's a tough lesson.
Yeah, but you know, and again, and that's why it is I was able to speak with a bit of passion in terms of just have the conversation, because all it would have taken was just to have a conversation. But anyways, right?
Struggle
Oh,
makes you tough and resilient. Struggling.
I tell you about this word resilient, and I'm tired of it.
Tired. Let's go.
All right. So in other news in relation to Vinlec, they did a release regarding procedures for safe connection of electricity. So this was a release that came out on the 12th of July, and they're saying, I just read it wholesale, it's kind of short, right? So St. Vincent Electricity Services Vinlec continues to provide a safe and reliable electricity supply to its customers throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl on Monday, the 1st of July, 2024, our team has been working extensively to ensure that power is restored to the mainland and Beckway in as safe a manner as possible. However, there are some customers who are unable to be reconnected due to the extent of infrastructural damage received. Please be advised that customers who have received extensive infrastructural damage, including loss of roofs, damaged meter columns, must, in bold and in caps, must have the electrical supply to their premises re-inspected by the Electrical Inspectorate Division of the Ministry of Transport, Works, Lands and Physical Planning Department to certify electrical safety. All right. The inspector's certificate of approval issued must then be presented to Vinlec's Customer Service Department before reconnection of electricity to the premises can be effected. So please note that approval to connect an electricity supply can only be given by the government's Electrical Inspectorate Division. All right. So for those persons who, for whatever reason, and they listed some of the reasons here, why they may not have had a return of service to their home, to their property, it may be it could include loss of roofs, it could include damage to columns, and maybe other things as well. You have to have that certificate, or you have to have your home inspected first in order before reconnection is possible. All right. So don't beat up on Vinlec. They are actually looking out for the safety of your property as well, because if they go and reconnect and it's not safe to do so, more harm could actually be done to that property. All right. So,
and their safety too.
And their safety.
Somebody says, I didn't have internet since 1st of July. I'm not paying for July. I could just imagine them just sitting. I'm not paying July. The lines are still on the ground and you cannot contact the company. That's quite unfortunate.
Yes, it's something that I've been hearing for a bit.
For sure.
Since Beryl passed. And you know what? Anyway. Right.
One day, Father.
Well, it's not even so much a matter of one day. It's what is going to be done in the interim, because are you going to be paying for a service that you have not received? And remember, in this case, it's not metered. Well, some of these services are not metered.
You have to buy
right.
You have to spend more money. That'll be really interesting. You're out of service, internet or telephone. So this is everybody included, right? What are they going to do at the end of the month? They're really going to charge you? Well, we'll see. I don't have that problem because I don't do that. So I would not be able to tell you from experience what is going to happen. Yeah. Right.
I mean, fortunately, in my situation, when the electricity came back, I had internet service. I did not have that problem. Yeah, I know. I found I was My fingers were crossed at that time. I'm hoping that by the time electricity was restored, that everything else would come back or just fall into place. But I know of several persons who have been complaining, and some persons are also in a panic in that they're still being sent bills, e-bills, right? Or notices to pay this particular bill, and you're paying a bill that you haven't had a service for about 16 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what it is that I'm talking about. Companies taking a proactive approach. Now, yes, I know that it may put them in a funny position financially because they would have that expectation of receiving this amount of money at the end of the month from their customers. But also you have to look at the fact that persons are not getting value for money because of the fact that they have no service.
I see that's the thing when you have not many options, right? You can kind of afford to do certain things within the industry. But I'm pretty sure there's somewhere you can go and complain about that. Minister Gonsalves, I'm sure. Who's in charge of
NTRC.
Complain to somebody. But yeah, there is a way to resolve it. You see, when it gets to the point of ministers having to talk about it in Parliament, you know you're the bad. So don't make it get there again, because it's happened before. All right, so we got to stick a pin here. 7:34. We got some things to put in the oven. So yeah.
All right, and we'll be back with traffic talk in a bit.